Kakadosh Boker Or. Bekiim Bahalacha 4, day 55. So it's Siman Kavzain, page 138, Halacha Kaf Hey. We're talking about now loose hairs, right? Again, we're talking about chatzitza for tefillin. So it says like this: המספר שערות ראשו מחמת התספורת נשארו מעט שערות חתוכות על ראשו. So imagine a person comes, takes a haircut. Obviously, when you take a haircut, there's always going to be little tiny pieces of hair. So נכון שיחבוף ראשו במים יפה יפה כל מי שנערך תפילין כדי להסיר השערות החתוכות. You should try to wash your hair well in order to get rid of the loose hairs, as they say. וכן מי שיש לו נשירה בשערות ראשו. What happens if a person also just naturally? The hair just falls out. Yeah, so the same thing. ומחמת כן, ישנם כמה שערות ראשות על ראשו. Again, he's got hairs, loose hairs on his hair. Or it's, so he says over here, so we're talking about, so because he's got this, meaning the hair just falls out. So again, he's got loose hairs. So he says, "O sheyesh lo chatichot sheklipat or al rosho." He's got kaskasim. You know, kaskasim is dandruff, but the thick dandruff, the thick one. You know, I'm talking about, so what happens? Nachon sheyisayek rosho b'masrek. Brush his hair. Kol she'nei tefillin kedei la'asir et sarot rosho klipat or, in order to get rid of all these things. Umiko makom, nevertheless, if you cannot do that, he's got he's got what to rely on at the end of the day. Let's see number 147. Okay, this is the Shut Torah Lishma. Okay, so the Shut Torah Lishma discussed the issue and demonstrated that according to Rashi's comment, to Zvachim, loose hairs would possibly would maybe be a chatzitza really, even though they're still entangled with the hair growing on the head. Therefore, he ruled that this person must comb out all the loose hair, right, before putting on tefillin every single day. Shlomo Kluger concurred with this ruling, so he also agreed, explaining that tefillin must come in direct contact with the person's skin, and therefore even his own loose hairs is a chatzitza. Meaning it's only if the hair is attached that it's not a chatzitza, but if it's going to be his own hair, right, we're not going to say that it's mim b'mino and all these things, and it came from it. No. Mamash, the second that it's like that, it could be a chatzitza. The Rishon LeZion found proof that several poskim ruled that a person's loose hair would not make a chatzitza, since the loose hair and attached hair are the exact same material. It's mim b'mino. Tilal concur with this concept, explaining that although the uniform worn by a Kohen while offering the korbanot must be in contact with his skin, and no undergarments are permitted, is because the Torah says on his flesh, al bisaro. But regarding tefillin, right, it doesn't say that. So at the end of the day, you put it on your own hair, unless the guy's bald, right? Nobody told you had to make yourself bald to put on tefillin, right? No, it's not because of that. No, not because of that. That's for sure not. No. The Hasidim, they do that because al pi Kabbalah, hair is midat adin. Right, that's why nashim islam, right, se'ar aroch, they're din. What? No. But hair, women in general, they have long hair. Why do they? Because it's din. The nazir, he put din on himself. So if he's got long hair, he leaves his hair long. The beard is rachamim. The you give me midot rachamim, what we say in the tashlich. You give me so the beard they're supposed to leave long. It's midat rachamim. You want more mercy. The hair is midat adin. So midat adin, they come and they, yeah. Kaddish, yeah, they want to bring it, they want to get as little as possible. That's the reason why Hasidim do that. Not because of this feeling. No, not because of that feeling. No. They don't have to do that because of that. Even though it's a nice thinking. But it's not because of that. Yeah, nevertheless, the Halacha Brura comes and he recommended being stringent about this whenever possible. In a situation someone does not have an opportunity to comb out the loose hairs, he may rely upon that opinion and put on the tefillin. The Yakudus have likewise ruled the same thing. Technically, it's not a chatzitza, but if you can, why not? Pisketchuvat advise washing one's hair after the haircut to remove the bits of loose hair, but if it's difficult to do so, right, again, you could do a chatzitza. This is very interesting halacha, because here we're basically talking about a case where a person took a haircut right before shachrit. Yeah? You took a haircut before shachrit. Yeah? Are you allowed to?
No.
Yeah. You're allowed to. The Mishnah on Shabbat, when the Mishnah says you're not allowed to take a haircut before mincha, it was only Bizman Mincha that they made a decree, not before Shachrit. So before Shachrit, you're allowed to shave or you're allowed to take a haircut. There's no Isur. The Isur is during the time of the Mincha, because it wasn't common to do it before Shachrit, so they never made a decree on Shachrit. But on Mincha there was. Yeah, the majority of the people, they shave before Shachrit. They don't shave after Shachrit. There's no Isur. Haircut is only Isur Bizman Mincha. Once it becomes the time of Mincha, and then maybe it's going to break, and then which Mincha Gdula, Mincha Ktana, right? It's everything depends how you learn the Mishnah and Shabbat. Yeah, Daf Yud Bet, I think it is. Huh? Yud Bet? Or Tet. Daf Tet. Yeah? Okay. Fine. Now, the next part. So, the Gemara now comes and it says as follows. Although bits of hair, yesh lazir et harabim shenotlim gel. So again, we spoke about gel. You remember last time we also spoke about gel. It says why? Right? שמשך הזמן נעשה בצורה הזאת כמי שכבה שומנית, ונחשב חציצה, כמו שכתבנו ליל בלכה כף. So we already brought it down. What happens is this person puts the gel. Now, what happens is they put the gel. Let's say even right now that it's on a chatzitza. What happens is that underneath the tefillin, right, underneath the box, it starts becoming like a crust of the gel, right? And because of that, what happens is that could be a chatzitza. So a person has to be very, very careful. Meaning if he already wants to put gel, make sure he puts it on after the tefillin, not before. Yeah? Okay. So you take it with you. You take a... You take it with... Yeah, you take it with you, and but you can't. You don't want a chatzitza. Yeah, fine. Next one is for Felipe. יש להוכיח אותם מניחים תפילין על גבי פאה נוכרית, שאפילו אם רק הרצועה מונח על הפאה הנוכרית, יש להחמיר. What happens if a person has a toupe? You know what a toupe is? Peruk. Yeah. So he says men who wear toupees. Yeah. So he says over there must be warned that they may not position the tefillin shalosh, exactly, or any part of the loop of the strap that is tied around the head on the toupee. Yeah, they're not allowed to. If someone, why?
I understand here in the front.
Yeah, but that's what's
on the side. How they cannot start.
1 second. He says if someone who wears a toupee feels that they're taking off is going to be embarrassing, he should put on the tefillin at home while not wearing the toupee before prayers and say the Shema. And after that, he could go to the synagogue and wear the tefillin on top of the toupee while praying. Wow, you heard?
So you can put the tefillin on top of the toupee.
No, you're not Yotzei Chovah.
If
you put it at home already, that's why. So you put it on home, you say Shema, then you come here, you put it on top of the toupee, and then that's it. Yeah. No, because I've seen some people they wear the toupee and they think they don't need a kippah because they already have the toupee. They have a kisui. They have the peruk. What's the problem? Yeah,
it's obvious.
Okay, well, fine. 148. No blessing.
The people who have the toupee, it's obvious. You see, they have a toupee.
He says no blessing recited for tefillin worn on toupee. That means if you want to put the tefillin on top of the toupee, you're not allowed to make a bracha. Okay, you're not allowed to make a bracha. So he says like this: the Shuti Grot Moshe, he ruled that as Ashkenazic Jews wear on the tefillin on top of the toupee, he must not make a bracha. After returning home from the synagogue, he should take off the toupee and put on the tefillin again, and then he makes a bracha. So Moshe finds he said fool. You put it on in the Bet Knesset without a bracha, and then when you go home, now you make the bracha. You put it on the toupee. This ruling is applicable for those who normally recite a second blessing when putting on tefillin shalosh, but Sephardic Jews do not normally recite a blessing when putting on tefillin shalosh. So if a Sephardic Jew mistakenly spoke after putting on the tefillin shel yad, so now he must. What? No, but basically for us, it doesn't help. Why? Ashkenazim, anyway, they make two berachot. La'aniach, and then al mitzvah tefillin. So if they're going to make two berachot, so okay. But for Sfaradi, anyway, he's doing la'aniach. He's doing la'aniach. He's putting it properly.
He talk after?
Oh, but he's not supposed to. So one second. So he says, if a Sephardic Jew mistakenly spoke after putting on the tefillin shel yad, he must say another bracha. But now, how do you do it now? If he has no tefillin shel yad, he must only say the bracha of tefillin shel rosh. Right, as we explained already above. If he happens to be wearing a toupee, he can't make the bracha. So he says maybe there's basis to argue. He says that one may fulfill the mitzvah tefillin even if he puts it on top of the toupee. Nevertheless, since it's a question, maybe you could say no. It's still maybe you want it there, and it's on a chatzitza, and it's this and it's that. No, at the end of the day, don't make a bracha. Okay. What about a partial toupee? So partial toupee, he says, if an Ashkenaz Jew wears a toupee only on the crown of his head, which has gone bald, but not on the front, right? In the front where he positions the tefillin, right? Meaning not where the tefillin is, right? But the other parts of his head. So he says like this, he says he may say the bracha, putting on the tefillin shalosh even when wearing the toupee. Although he will place a strap on top of the toupee, it is still permitted, as explained below in Halacha 32. Even so, it's still recommended to wear the tefillin shalosh at some point each day without the toupee at all, and say the Shema again above the Mishnah Berurah as cited by saying it's forbidden to wear the toupee underneath the strap as well. This is true whenever it's possible, but if not, you could be lenient. What about the hair implants? So this is what I talked to you about. The hair implants. Hair implants. So he says like this. He says the Yigrot Moshe. So he says the Yigrot Moshe ruled that if someone has hair attached to his head as a permanent cover for his baldness, that hair is not a chatzitza. regarding the mitzvah of tefillin. Apparently, you may even say the bracha in tefillin in this case. This is also the Piskei Teshuvot and the halacha brura. So it comes out that lichvot tefillin, a person that's bald, instead of getting a toupe, he should say l'shem mitzvat tefillin, and he should get hair implants. And then by getting the hair implants, he can make a bracha without any problem whatsoever.